Hey guys, how's it going? Well, it looks like we're at the wiring phase. I still got to pick up the bolts for that. I can't use it with those quick releases because they'll, well, basically just pop right off and drop my packs on the floor. Also, I have to drill and tap some holes for the hooks for the bottom strap of the battery case. But today we're on wiring. I like to keep the wiring simple. This way, if you do have an issue on the street, you can maybe bypass something to get home if it something goes bad. Basically, what I got here is I got both phase wires or RC coming up, going to that controller. This is about as simple as it gets. I just finished the regulator. Put the fan guard on there because it's close to my leg. One thing that's really good is you see how these are all connectors or no straps or anything on the frame and no drill holes. You can either use shoe glue or that Gorilla Grip, and you can basically glue it right to the frame. You just put a glue on it, strap it down with some kind of Velcro strap just to keep it from moving, and then when it sets, take it off, and that's been like that for 2 years. Hasn't moved. Same with those ones there. Power coming off the batteries come down, and it's flexible because that's where the frame scissors, right? So far so good. But what we're going to do is we're going to come off these two here, negative and positive will come up, and they will go to here, and then from here we'll power that one, and the one on the other side will have RC wires coming through to here. How to put new crimps on it. But all this stuff here has got to be cut shorter. It's going to make it a little bit easier because it's still sort of wired up. So now I know the yellow is the output, and the red is the input, which you didn't know before. What else? I need to do some more work on the wiring harness on the battery. There's 3 leads there. I got 2 batteries with BMSs, and then I got the booster pack that has no BMS, and right now I have it in between the other 2. I'm worried that if one of the BMS is cut out, that the booster pack may fry it. I want to set it up where the booster pack is coming off the positive. So it's pack with the BMS, and then pack without the BMS, and then obviously to the bike. This way the pack that doesn't have the BMS is not setting its voltage to a dead BMS. So there is that. The controllers are sandwiched on the top like that, which kind of works out. That'll be strapped down there. Like I said, you keep the leads as short as possible. The 2 power leads coming up here will just go through here and then to here. You want a way to cut the power. God forbid you should have a throttle stick or fail, and this thing goes off on its own. Even with my brakes fully in good shape, they have a hard time stopping this bike with both motors going. So you gotta have a way to kill the power if something goes bad. So I got this button here that goes to that relay I made a couple of years back. That's a 2 HP relay from a big air conditioner that has not failed yet. What I mean by fail is if you put a lot of amps and volts through these things, the points inside these tend to stick. And what's going to happen if you use one that's not rated proper rating is when you hit the power button or engage the power button, you want that to break the circuit. If they're stuck together because they're frozen, it will basically your power button won't work it's very dangerous. So that's why I got that built, and it hasn't built yet. These are all crept here, but like I said, I'm gonna have to probably undo them and redo it. But let me get at it and get this thing wired up. Like I said, all this stuff's going to be cut shorter. I ended up getting rid of the 1 voltmeter. Does make a difference. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up where both controllers are set through this. So when you turn the bike on here, all that does is enables the power for the controllers. But the controllers still have to be turned on by here. And then what I'll do is I'll put a switch in between each of the controllers. So if I wanted to use, say, this one, or the front wheel drive only, or rear wheel drive only, I could just flick this switch. So other than that, I would need 2 of these, so it's not going to work out. But anyway, let me get at this. Well, here's where we're at. Pretty much the whole front of the bike is done. The only thing I still have to do is wire up the lights, but I'll do that down the road because I want to do that with a thinner wire. Basically, it's just a basic setup. Power comes in from the back, goes to there. It's transferred from there to the regulator and the controllers that are up here. Both controllers on each side are wired with RC wire. And then they're going through the 2 HP relay, which goes to the switch, and then down there to the transfer box right there. I'm probably I don't have covers for those, so I'm probably going to end up replacing them down the road. You can still pick those up on Amazon, so they got to go. I'm going to find a way to clean up these wires really nice and neat. Maybe a black bag and some tie wraps. What else? Like I said, the lighting is last. So, but the way I got wired up is when you plug the battery in, the bike's not obviously pulling any amps, but the regulator will turn on by default because you need that to activate the relay, obviously. And then it basically when you turn the bike on, when you turn the switch on, by default, this one is always on. And this one won't come on until you hold this button here to turn it on. So this one's for all-around use, and this is for when you want to go fast. The only downside of that is there's no display when this one is on by default, but it does work. I've tested it. Actually, I'm about to test it now, and I can't say enough about this. This power supply. If I can find the model number, I think they sell them on eBay. Definitely pick one up. They work great for powering e-bikes when you're designing one or repairing one. What's great about it is if you overload the power supply and the power goes off, all you have to do is turn the bike off and back on again. So it's got like a BMS or something in it. It works really good. It's great for working out different problems. It's like a soft start for e-bikes. But I just tested it on this, and everything seems to be working, which I will show you. It should be a good enough view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on, spin the back wheel, and then spin both wheels, basically. I'll show if they're working. Oh, I might have to give it power first. Plug it in. it also makes the bike way lighter. These things are definitely worth their weight in gold. HP. So I'll leave a link in the description for it. Well, that's about it. I still got to work out the wiring issue in the back here. But other than that, I'll pick up some bolts and take it for a ride. Oh, what I'm probably going to do with this switch here, every year I reinstall the switch, but I never use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that for the lights. When it's centered, the light's off. If it's to the right or to the left, it's on. So we'll use that. That's it. The lights don't pull enough MA that I'm worried about that melting down. So that'll be perfect. Take it easy, guys.